On this center seam, I'm having to use a step stool. Ow, that hurts my knee. Get my knee up on the edge of the platform. Get a nice big gob in here. Get it out to the 2-inch lines. Get this going in here, and then I'll reset up with a longer shot. Keel seams are a lot easier because you don't have any of the problems of getting the tape not to bend strangely going around corners. Okay, let me reset. There. Let me gob the top of this. Three-inch can use any of the excess. I've gotten so I know when to lift my arm up and over this cross piece. I've banged my elbows on them enough. Have your cardboard handy too. Loop her up good. Be sure that you're nice and in the groove and in the lines as you're coming up, and you stay centered. You just kind of poke it in the middle. Keep it centered up on the lines. And then give yourself a little bit of glass at the top. It'll wick out. Gonna get some, lift the edge up and get some gobs of plywood, of epoxy down underneath that glass to hold these edges down, and then chase the excess away. Make sure you're pulling this, moving the tape up, that you're not pulling it off the bottom here, which I was doing. Makes to be sure that it's still down in the groove. And they'll be fighting that for a while here. This is one of those areas where the tape will take on some strange twists and angles in the weave, because it's being stretched around. And I need to get some epoxy down this other side. Okay, I'm gonna let that set. One of the things I had to switch over to was my little baby cups, and I've got my lines on it to make certain that certain whatever the word's going to be, that I have the right mix. You can weigh these small mixes too. I want to see if I can find me some baby pumps that I can convert over to small scale epoxy use. Get plenty of epoxy in so that it probably is going to fill the weave pretty good, as thick as I'm laying it on now, but it's always nice to have lots of stickum to hold everything down. Follow up with some strokes down the middle to double check that everything is still pushed down and you haven't lifted off. Okay, I'm happy. Okay, we've got it all done. All the seams are filleted, well, they've been jump stitched and filleted, and now we've got the 2-inch and 3-inch glass tape on top of them. I'm going to let this thing cure for about 3 or 4 days now, and then let's see what this is. Wednesday, so probably next week I'll start working on the rails, and it's starting to progress, starting to look like a boat. Once I get the rails in, then we start working on the interior. First thing after the rails goes on to set the interior placement is going to be the center or the daggerboard trunk, and so that'll go in first, and then that'll set the seat heights for the bow, center, and stern seat, and we'll get into that when we get to it. So much for the fiberglassing. I hope you learned something that you didn't see in the other videos, and I hope I've learned something too. So until then, this is Red Barn Boats out.